Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Final Series from TIO Stadium here in Darwin, beautiful Larrakia country. We're here for finals week 1 with Buffs taking on Nightcliff in the Elimination final and players already underway. Liz Cruz and Stu Davis in the commentary box.
It is underway, and Mickey Roberts has got on the long sleeves today in the wet weather. Her kick goes out towards the boundary line, picked up out there by Eb Miller. She gets a quick kick around the boundary, and just Nicole Schmidt batted it down. It's still in play close to the boundary line as Sophie Politis just gets pushed over the line, and a boundary throw in. Yeah, wet conditions for those of you not in Darwin today. It's been raining most of the night and really hasn't stopped until now, so it's going to be slippery, it's going to be tough, but two good teams facing off in what will be the last game of the season for one of them.
That's right, Stu. It's not raining cats and dogs, it's raining buffaloes and tigers out there, and that rain, as you said, is gone all night, but the ground looks like it's held up pretty well, yeah, which is great. Always a fantastic venue to play on.
So from that stoppage, still on the outer side of the ground, just trying to work it into space. Ebony Miller gets the hand pass across to Crystal Brown. Crystal kicks down towards half forward where Nicole Schmidt in the front position, just trying to control it, but picked up by Christy Landworth at Nightcliff. She hooks the ball around and claiming it's been touched out there, and I think it has been, and it'll be a boundary throw in. Of
course, Buffs are the reigning premiers, Stu.
Yeah.
So good redemption also for the Tigers, who went down in last year's final series.
Well, these are the grand finalists from last year, in fact.
That's it,
Liz. So, yeah, both a bit lower on the ladder this year, but still playing finals. And as I said, one of them goes out today. But there's a strong tackle. The hand pass comes out, and Nightcliff scrambling in defence, just working hard at ground level. Frida Wasimo has it stripped from her. Gigi Dads gets a quick kick out, and now there's a free kick on the play, and it's going to go Nightcliff's way. In the back half, and Dads goes short, or the mark spilt there by Hatzismalis. You can see there's a bit of puddling in certain parts of the ground, but generally pretty good as Nightcliff work it up towards the centre wing now. Ward hacks it off the ground, and then off the boot lands in Crystal Brown's hands. She goes down to half forward where she's got a player all in space, and that's Cameron. Spilt the mark but had time to recover. Swings around, kicks long down towards the forward pocket. That's a fantastic mark just inside the boundary line by Hannah Turnbull, the captain of Nightcliff. What
a great sliding mark there, and Amara Cameron was all on her own, looking dangerous for Buffs. That kick's come in but missed everyone, hit the ground, and Buffs Nightcliff kick it off the ground. Molly Althouse picks it up, but she's tackled, and then she puts a tackle on the Nightcliff player, but the umpire says it's mine, thank you.
I think that would have hurt, full body weight coming down, and
with a ball in between the players.
That's right. So it's Christy Landworth. She gets up, just took the wind a bit, I think. As Althouse wins that hit out beautifully down to Brown. Crystal Brown's kick inside forward 50, and again at ground level it's Ebony Miller who picks up, swings around into the forward line, but a good intercept mark taken by Sophie Hatzismalis in the back pocket. Best and fairest winner, I think.
She won Nightcliff Tigers best and fairest last week. Was that Mickey Roberts or Frida Wasimo picks it up and boots it in to Buffalo's forward line. They're looking dangerous here. Nicole Schmidt running in, but there's 2 or 3 Nightcliff Tigers around her. Stokes gets the handball out and goes as far as Ebony Miller, I think it is, in there again, but goes over the line for the first score of the game. Darwin Buffaloes recording a point, and Hannah Turnbull, the captain of the Nightcliff Tigers, will kick that in.
Yeah, the play in all in Darwin's forward half so far, but Nightcliff doing pretty well defensively to hold them out. There's Miller out there again, had plenty of touches early in the game, got a long hand pass forward. Nicole Schmidt running onto it now close to the boundary line. Tried to kick off the ground, had an air shot, and then got bundled over the boundary line by Hannah Turnbull, and it'll be a boundary throw in once again.
And Christy Landwehr just coming off the ground after that tackle from Molly Althouse. She's just doing some stretches with the sports trainer down there. She looks okay, just a bit sore after that tackle, so a ball in.
Yeah, it's Nightcliff trying to work it out of defence. Quick kick out by Tegan McWilliam. Doesn't get too much ground, and still in defensive 50 for Nightcliff as caught with the ball underneath there. It's a good tackle by Charlie Byers, but not rewarded. No opportunity to get it out, so the ruck contest again. It's Olivia Hatzismalis doing the work for Nightcliff, and another strong tackle by Ebony Miller, putting her arm up trying to claim the free kick, but umpire's having none of that, and it'll be a ball up once again.
Charlie Byers, the younger sister of Billy Byers, will be playing later today for St Mary's.
Yeah, talented family as Crystal Brown gets a hand pass over to Miller once again. Miller kicks long down towards the goal square. Good defensive work as Nightcliff try to force it out, but it just comes back in off the boots, and they're under pressure at the top of the goal square. Turnbull picks up and gets a clearing kick out into space in the pocket. Wassimo's first there for Darwin. She gets tackled and manages to get her boot to the ball. Oh, the ball slips through the hands there. Kylie Duggan has a quick kick across the face of goal, but well read out there and well marked by Bianca Stokes. And she'll have the opportunity to kick the first goal of the game from only about 10 metres out.
Yeah, and that rain's just eased up a bit, Stews, and the sun seems to be coming out. Bianca, the vice-captain of the Darwin Buffettes, the younger sister of the men's coach, Cami Stokes. She's put that straight through for the first goal of the game, and all her teammates run to get around her. So the score at the 6.5-minute mark of the first quarter here, Darwin Buffettes 1-1-7, leading Nightcliff yet to score. And as you said, Stu, Buffs had all the play for the first 6.5 minutes. It hasn't been outside of their attacking end. Yeah,
this is pretty good stuff. Just persistent by Darwin in their forward line, and despite the pressure of the Nightcliff defence, just managed to keep working it forward, and eventually found Bianca Stokes in some space over the back of the pack. So a promising start for Darwin, and you would they come into this game in fourth place on the ladder against Nightcliff fifth with a couple of extra wins, and yeah, you would think they come in as favourites in this game, and that's the way it's shaping early stages as hit outs won by Buffs again, and they've worked it forward of centre forward of the centre square already as Cameron gets a hand pass basically up in the air, just trying to get it out of the area. There's a free kick here. It's going to go Nightcliff's way at half back, and now they're just looking to spread, but just misses the target, and Roberts comes in, gets the hand pass to Lewis. Lewis kicks long towards goal. It goes over the top of the players there, and straight through. Bianca Stokes celebrates as the ball dribbles through for another goal.
Well, what a great goal by Lucy Lewis. She's been a superstar of the competition for a long, long time. She won the Gwyn medal a couple of seasons ago and had some time off to have kids, and just watching here on the replay, just runs in and just gets that distance right to bounce through for the Darwin Buffaloes' second goal. We're at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter here. The score 2-1-13. Nightcliff yet to score. Yeah,
just Nightcliff need to get their hands on the ball in the middle of the ground here. Darwin are doing it too easily, and interesting that Molly Oldhouse is in the centre bounce area but not doing the ruck work.
Well, Nightcliff obviously missing Eliza Shannon, who's overseas at the moment, so she's been a key player for them in the middle for the last few seasons. So down there, but both teams are missing players as the ball hits the deck, trying to get it out. And the umpire blow the whistle and do it all over again.
So Simmons and Oldhouse doing the ruck work this time, and Lewis at ground level picks up cleanly and finds a bit of space to kick inside forward 50. Good defensive work by Hatzismalis once again, just came across, chopped it off, forced it forward, and now get some help, but it's Darwin who get the quick kick forward, and Mark spilled out there, but keeping the ball moving forward as Stokes picks up now, tries to hand pass back in board looking for Gregory, but Nightcliff defence doing well, and Robertson out there for Nightcliff just fumbled on the first occasion. Now she's in trouble as she gets tackled with the ball, and it spills out, and Nicole Schmidt will take the free kick.
And yeah, Nicole was excellent last week for her team. She just centres that looking for Joe Gregory, but good intercept there by Sophie Hatzismalis. So a scramble on for the ball. Players being pulled off it. The gets kicked forward, but Hannah Turnbull trying to mop it up there with Bianca Stokes, and it's going to go across the line for a throw-in. that rain just starts against you.
Yeah, that's right. You can.
It's going to be like that all day.
You can see it on the screen. It's pretty heavy, but it'll test the skills of the players. But it's a wet season sport, so it's got to expect it from at times. Ebony Miller at the back of the pack just pounces on that one, kicks forward but offline, and yeah, Nightcliff under real pressure here. The ball's just been camped in their back half, and just scrambling to keep Darwin out at this stage. As Turnbull goes to the outer side of the ground, the pass is good and marked by Hatzismalis out there. So Sophie looking to keep going around the boundary line, around the outer side, goes long. Oh, that's a fantastic mark in these conditions by Michaela Ward.
Well, she's one of the most experienced players out there, a former VFL player, the sister of Callan Ward, AFL player, and she's been awesome for this competition the last few seasons. But Buff's going to get the turnover, trying to get the handball away there. Some heavy contact there. Ball still up for grabs.
Yeah, at ground level, it's just a wrestle for the ball. It's trapped in underneath, and a ball up once again.
So 11 minutes have ticked over in this first quarter here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Simmons wins that one down. That's be a push in the back, I think. Just fell into the back there of Christy Landwehr, who's back on the ground. Nice, good to see. Looks to be doing pretty well, but her kick was smothered, bounced straight back into her hands, and now she kicks around the boundary line as Nightcliff looking to get the ball in their forward half. Althouse has a quick kick at it. Her kick's smothered, then she has another go and gets it forward into some space out the back here, but Landwehr comes in. That might be a high tackle, and not much doubt about that, I don't think.
She's having a rough old first quarter, isn't she? She playing against some of her NTFL teammates from the rep game earlier in the year. She was one of the Nightcliff's representatives. Been a really good performer for them this season.
So picks herself up and now kicks around the boundary line on the outer side of the ground. It spills to the back where Ward gets a quick kick forward. Out close to the boundary line, coming in there is Hannah Garland for Nightcliff. Just paddles it back into the path of Ward, who hacks it forward. They've got it down to half forward here as the kick off the ground goes into the hands of Dad. She tries to fend off the tackle, but got caught, and the ball slipped out as Roberts takes that free kick around the outer wing once again. Nightcliff players out there just getting their hands on the ball and trying to move it forward, but under plenty of pressure. It's absolutely teeming with rain now as the hand pass comes out, and Darwin move it forward again, but again coming off the back line was Hatzismalis. Hand pass to Landwehr. Landwehr swings around on the right foot, kicks straight up the middle of the ground. Roberts slips through her hands, nicely picked up by Weiss, who hand passes out wide, and now Nightcliff inside forward 50 for the first time in this game as McWilliam gets a kick on the left, and oh, that's a terrific passage of play and a good mark inside forward 50.
DJ Greenoff, the under 18 player who's played a handful of senior games this year and usually manages to kick a goal or two. Let's see what she can do with this one, see if she can get her team on the board for a major.
So kicks on the way, but she's just dragged that one to the left, I think, and through for behind, which is disappointing, but Nightcliff have managed to get the ball forward and given themselves a chance, so they'll be looking to lock this one in as
Nikki.
Darwin.
Yeah, Nikki going to bring that in, grandstand side.
So ball forced forward and scooped up there. Althouse does well to pick up and get the hand pass back. Another good smother, and Wassamo over it now. Just gets a kick to the ball, but she was close to the boundary line and couldn't bring it back, so that's gone straight out on the full, and another chance for Nightcliff as Kat Simmons comes in to take this free kick. Yeah,
real opportunity for Nightcliff to pull that lead back close to the quarter time siren. Simmons kicks it in, looking for a teammate, but Molly Althouse, so strong in front of her player, accidentally gives Michaela Ward a backhander there. NTFL teammates again earlier in the season.
So she goes straight up the middle of the ground, but goes over the back of the players there. Monet Hunter gets the kick, but Crystal Brown chopped it off, got the hand pass to Mickey Roberts. She kicks as she's tackled into the centre of the ground now. Nicole Schmidt, prominent early, gets a toe poke to the ball, trying to hack it forward. Defensively there's a free kick paid, and it's Taylor Kickett who'll take that free kick. She plays on quickly to the outer side of the ground where she had Georgia Johnson running, but siren's gone to end the first quarter, and one that Darwin kicked the only 2 goals and really looked to be the stronger side, Liz.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-2-14, just one behind for Nightcliff. Lucy Lewis and Bianca Stokes, the goal kickers for the Buffs, will go to the quarter time break and be back for the second quarter very soon. Welcome back to the second quarter of this 2022-23 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League Elimination final between the Darwin Buffaloes and the Nightcliff Tigers. It was all Buffaloes in that first quarter, 2-2-14, leading the Tigers just the one behind. They had a late shot on goal, but it went through for a behind. So the rain has stopped a little bit here at TIO Stadium, and play is back underway for the second quarter.
Underway, Nightcliff looking to get the first clearance, and Georgia Kennedy gets it down to half forward, but chopped off across there by Ransom. Her kick was smothered, but she swings back onto it now and kicks long inside the centre square. Just no one able to get on the end of that. Kylie Duggan gets a hand pass out to Wasimo, who swings a kick forward of centre now. Ebony Miller out in front just got pushed off the ball a bit, and Nightcliff's the chance to come forward again as they go inside forward 50. The marking contest down there, the ball spills to ground, and good strong work out of defence by Hazlitt for Darwin as they clear around the outer side of the ground, and ball out in space at the back, picked up by Matisse Hunter. She gets tackled with the ball and taken to ground, and it'll be a ball up on the outer centre wing.
As we mentioned, Sophie Hatzamalis won the Tigers Best and Fairest last weekend, and Molly Althouse won her clubs. I think she tied with Crystal Brown, actually. So
that's right.
Some great talent out there, Stu, today.
Yeah, and Olivia Hatzamalis gets that hand pass back, looking for a teammate there. Who was Taylor Kickett, just ran herself into trouble and got wrapped up in the tackle by Ebony Miller, and it'll be a ball up once again.
Coaches today, Melinda Taylor for Buffs and Shannon Miller for Nightcliff. They, I'm sure they had a lot to say at quarter time, Stu.
Yeah, that's right, and just got the sense that Nightcliff had settled a bit in the latter stages of that first quarter and started getting their hands on the ball a bit. So hopefully for their sake and the game's sake, that continues in this second quarter, and that's good use of the ball around the outer side of the ground. As Nightcliff just keeping close to the boundary. Hatzamalis again hands the ball, but got swung off in the tackle, and Ransom clears it into the centre of the ground. But, no mark taken there, but it's Nightcliff just trying to work it through the hands, but Wasimo gets a toe poke to it and gets herself out in space, but then had trouble picking the ball up. Now it's caught in underneath the Nightcliff players, or a strong tackle again on Georgia Johnson there. No, it was Matisse Hunter, in fact, and it'll be a ball up. There's a player down there, and it looks like it's Amara Cameron, who's a really important player for Darwin. And
they're just going to hold play up for a moment. Yeah, the former West Coast Eagles player. She's been sensational for Buffs. Looks like she's rolled an ankle there, so she's going to take herself off the field, but very ginger.
Yeah, just struggling a bit there as the umpires just wait for her to clear the area.
Tanya Dew, the runner for Buffs, she's been one of their key players for the last few seasons. So interesting.
And Mel Taylor has been playing the last few weeks, has chosen not to go out in the wet weather and play today. But
Shannon Hanning, the runner as well, another player for Buffs in previous seasons. So players being rested maybe, or recovering from injury, or not selected for this week's game. So Nightcliff Landwehr again, she's just getting up off the bottom of the pack every time, and it's another ball up.
So Hatzamalis, Olivia wins this hit out over the top of her opponent as Nightcliff bring it forward, but chopped off there by Lucy Lewis. Just couldn't control the ball though, and now it slips out, and Wasimo picks up the loose ball and kicks long down towards half forward. Nicole Schmidt involved again, lays the tackle here on Taylor Kickett, who got a hand pass out and now hacked out of defence, and Nightcliff bring it grandstand side. It's close to the boundary line. Running onto it down here was McWilliams, swings back inboard, tries to get it to Olivia Hatzamalis, just out of her reach, but she recovers well, gets a hand pass forward, and now Nightcliff looking to go forward. Strong body work there by Ransom for Nightcliff, gets it over to Nikki. Clever work by Mickey Roberts, just taps it forward, try to get it to the advantage of Lucy Lewis, but Nightcliff pounced on that, and Roberts follows up again with another kick off the ground. Again, just a slight fumble at the first attempt to pick up allows the defenders to close, and now Wasimo kicks it long inside forward 50. Gregory gets her hand to the ball as it slips over the back. Stokes comes in to help, but Hannah Turnbull picks up for Nightcliff and clears away outside of defensive 50, and they've got the chance to bring it grandstand side, but Crystal Brown chips in and takes the intercept mark this time.
Yeah, very experienced player, Crystal Brown. She comes up from Catherine every weekend. She's a really good rugby and touch player. As we see those tackles, just that pressure by Buffaloes to turn that ball over. And then Nightcliff.
Yeah, it's pretty tough in close, isn't it, as the hand pass comes across here, and Freya Pearce gets it down to half forward, but again, Hatzis across half back, clears to the grandstand wing, but fantastic.
How good was that by Charlie Byers?
Yeah, got it across to Caitlin Haslett, and it's a good mark by Ebony Miller, who's come back into the side. And,
absolute superstar of NT women's football from Alice Springs, CAFL player. She's won everything, and how's the delivery to Bianca Stokes there? Unreal.
Bianca just took that mark on her hip, basically, but sticky hands, and now going long to the goal square. It's 2-on-1 down there, and Nightcliff have the numbers, and we'll tidy up and bring it grandstand side. Again, a marking contest down there, and they get it out of defence close to the boundary line, but just chopped off, and now Darwin the chance to go in again. Kylie Duggan gets the kick inside forward 50. Was short of her teammate there as Hatzis clears away to the grandstand side, and Ward comes in now, but she's tackled over the ball by Duggan, tries to get it out to her teammate Weiss, who's tackled with it and dragged to the ground, and a bit of push and shove between Ward and Althouse there, but we'll get on with the game now. I don't think either of those will be taking a backward step.
No, not at all. We're playing for a spot to stay in the finals today, so they're going to leave it all out there, both teams, as Haslett gets tackled there. The ball's not over the line yet. It's very close, and the umpire's blown his whistle and said, I'll ball it up again. Yeah, everything on the line today for these two teams. Stu, you've played that long season of 18 home and away rounds.
Yep.
This is what it's all about.
Althouse wins that tap. Pearce just slipped through her hands, and now Althouse comes back in, hacks the kick forward, down towards half forward, picked up down there by Landwehr. Her quick kick falls in the lap of Althouse, claiming the mark, and I'm not sure if that's travelled the required distance. It's been taken over the boundary line, and Althouse not too happy about it, but it'll be a boundary throw in as Michaela Wood familiarising herself with another Darwin player there, Lucy Lewis.
Well, 8 minutes have ticked over in this second quarter, Stu. We haven't had a score recorded yet, so it's very tight in the trenches out there.
It is, and we would stress that the conditions make it difficult to have any free-flowing, quick movement of the ball, but the endeavour has been fantastic from both sides so far, as this quick hand pass comes forward, and now there's a free kick being found here, and Ebony Miller once again.
Just such an experienced, clever player. She's done it all in territory football, played for NT Thunder as well, and an absolute superstar down in the CAFL. It's going to come straight back to her off the pack. She gets the handball away, looking for Fomakong down there, who also gets the handball away, but there's a number of Tigers players there who will try and bring the ball out.
Yeah, and it was Landwehr caught with the ball by Caitlin Haslett. A good tackle, and the ball slipped out, so Haslett will take the free kick and look to drive Darwin forward again, across to half forward, but this time it's chopped off by Turnbull. Turnbull plays on now, runs herself into a bit of trouble, but gets out of it and kicks it long around the wing, looking for Ward, who takes another fantastic overhead mark in these difficult conditions, calling for players to run for her. She kicks around the boundary line. McWilliam flew high and gave away the free kick in the contest, I think. So it was interesting. But Denya with the free kick chips it across to half back. It's a good pass, and Carly Haslett takes the mark there. She goes straight up the ground where she's got some players and some space, and Miller once again gets on the end of this one now. Swings around on the right foot, goes over the head of Schmidt there, allowing her to run back onto it, but she's got some strong competition in Tegan McWilliam, and Turnbull comes in to help now, gets it out, and Nightcliff able to clear it away, but not for long as Ransom chops it off and now kicks a high one back towards half forward. Mark spilled out there, and at ground level it's picked up by Casacala, who got the hand pass out to Wasimo. Wasimo inside forward 50 now, and Fomacong just battling hard against Turnbull, almost a headlock
Got to
there.
be a high tackle.
I would have thought that's a high tackle.
Yes.
That's the way the umpire's seen it, and Hannah Turnbull battling really hard at fullback, as she always does.
The good thing about Tigers this quarter, Stu, they're running in numbers. There's 2 or 3 around the ball, like really helping their teammates out and really shutting down Buffs every time they try and have a forward entry. But that's chopped off there by Hazlitt in the blue headgear there.
So Caitlin Hazlitt brings it round, but again the kick's misdirected and chopped off, and so not much forward movement here as Mark just spilt there by Adcock, but managed to recover and get the hand pass out. The kick comes forward where Roberts spills the mark, throws a boot in, play on's the call, and at ground level as Nightcliff were trying to break away, it's, the umpire had just blown the whistle to ball it up. So Althouse comes in to do the ruck work for Nightcliff up against Simmons. Althouse wins the hit out, but to no real advantage, and now Nightcliff trying to work it through the hands. Landwehr gets a kick off the ground. Dads runs back onto it, gets a kick forward now, reaches in and picks up but loses her footing, gets a hand pass forward. McWilliam in there battling hard, but Darwin with the numbers get the hand pass forward. Hazlitt comes in with strong work, picks the ball up and then fishes out the hand pass, but again there's a pack of players around the ball, and this will be a ball up once again. So ticking up to 12 minutes in this quarter, and yeah, so not long to go, and Nightcliff have battled pretty hard, but just need to be able to get it forward and try to get some score on the board to close that gap a bit, as Wasimo swings around the back and kicks out wide. This time it's gone out of bounds, and it'll be a Nightcliff free kick. Yeah,
Nightcliff free kick. We haven't seen Amara Cameron come back on yet for the Buffaloes after going off with that ankle injury. I think that's Landwehr again over there on the far side. Right in the middle of the ground. Tigers really need to have a crack here if they want to get a goal before half-time.
It's hacked off the ground, and there's Cameron there. So she's back in the action, gets a hand pass back to Duggan, and Duggan kicks forward over the head of Wasimo there. As brilliantly done by Christy. Landwehr under pressure just picked up and ran forward, kicked the ball forward. McWilliam couldn't pick it up on the first attempt, and now again it's caught in tight as Georgia Kennedy tackled the ball, hands it back.
So 13-minute mark of this second quarter. We haven't had any score recorded as Althouse goes up in the ruck for Buffs. Ball hits the deck and players trying to clear it out furiously. Kicking it forward, a little toe poke there for Nightcliff, but it was called kicking in danger, and Buffaloes will get a free kick.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Nightcliff as they just cleared it out and were breaking forward, but
there's been a lot of kicking off the ground in these conditions today.
Hazlitt with that kick to half forward, but Hatzis-Marlis sweeping across there, gets the clearing kick for Nightcliff back to the centre of the ground. At ground level it slips out the back and picked up by Robertson, who hand passed back but missed a teammate there. Caitlin Hazlitt picks up, gets a sweeping hand pass forward as she's swung around in the tackle, and now at ground level Cameron wrestling for the ball there, but called for a ball up as it was held in, and it'll be a ball up just outside Darwin's forward 50 at the Michael Long Centre end of the ground. Yeah,
probably only a minute left in this second quarter. Ebony Miller winning that ruck tap there, but Cameron manages to get a kick away. Looking for a teammate up there, but beaten to the ball by Nightcliff. It's a 2-on-1 here. Nightcliff just trying to soccer kick it forward to their advantage.
Yeah, it's Tegan McWilliam, a couple of good efforts there to clear the ball out of their defensive 50, but now Darwin looking to pump it straight back in as the ball's loose at half forward. There's a holding free kick being paid here, and it's going
I think Hannah put her
arms conceding
up, but that was her free kick. She's looking sideways, but they need to look forward. They've only about a minute to go, but Tigers do that every time they bring it out of defence, Stu. They always switch the play out to the wing, but there's only 10 seconds maybe left to go of this quarter, and they need to go down the field most direct route as possible.
Georgia Johnson, nice long kick around the boundary line. Kylie Duggan picks up. She's caught with the ball. It spills out. McWilliam tries to get it, but held too long in the tackle is the decision by the umpire. And Duggan will take the free kick on the centre wing as the kick, she chips inboard. Just had enough weight on it to get it over the top and get it to Freya Pearce. Pearce now swings the ball forward, down towards half forward. Turnbull in front, claiming the free kick, not paid, and Nightcliff hack it out of defence once again as the ball spills into the middle of the ground. Some strong body work, and Ward in there just trying to get it out now. She's caught with the ball underneath, and it'll be a ball up once again as the clock keeps ticking, and the siren goes now to end the quarter, one in which there was no score whatsoever, but certainly plenty of endeavour, plenty of strong, tough football, and both teams well and truly in the contest at half-time, Liz.
Yeah, absolutely, Stu. Sophie Hatzamalis and Hannah Turnbull rock solid in defence of the Tigers. Christy Landwehr across the middle, Molly Althouse and Nicole Schmidt, and probably Amara Cameron, Ebony Miller as well. Fantastic for the Buffaloes. So we'll go to the half-time break. 2-2-14 Darwin Buffaloes leading Nightcliff. Just the one behind. Will be back very soon for a big second half.
Trying to work, it was Maney, probably in pole position there, but couldn't take the mark, but it's worked itself to centre half forward. Snapping round is Dunstan for the first of the day, and he gets it straight through the big sticks, and the big fella's got a snag. Robinson on Dunstan in the ruck, now goes over the top. Schwartz, he'll roll around and snap on goal. Very happy with that one. And goes through. Districts extend their lead again. And rolling around, surprised us with 4 disposals and third on all comers for the Buffs in that first quarter, but he's definitely live in this one. Now comes to Stokes. Stokes snaps it through the big sticks. What a goal that was. And Buffaloes hit back after that little scuffle. They're here to play. Once for Vretto. Vretto will turn and go. He goes to Robinson at half forward. In fact, it'll bounce into Stokes' lap. He just drew the defender, got it off to Robinson. Robinson handballs it further afield again. Now Armat Watkins over the top to Stafford in the goal square. Easy as you like. And the Buffs hit the lead.
Puts it out in front of his teammate there, Armat Watkins. Armat Watkins has got Clark running for him forward, hits him lace out. Clark runs to 30 metres, and again, magnificent transition by the Buffs. Clark, the vice-captain, likes it. Right boot, drills one forward, almost taken there by Sharples. Ball comes over the back to Stokes. Stokes on his right boot as he brought it round enough. He likes it, goal umpire likes it, and right before half-time, Buffaloes clear out to a 6-point lead.
Smith first to it. He just throws on the boot. Not a bad kick. Whelan flying through, gets it out now. Ellis Yeoman snaps on goal. What a ripper that was. Straight out of the middle. Cam Ellis Yeoman extends it back out to 9 points.
Stark. Dennis versus Atkinson. Smith's going to come to Smith. Beautiful knock on there to McQueen. Back to Smith. Back there to his Southern Districts player. That may be Mentha. That is a magnificent chain of play there. Who was that, Will?
That's Ethan Maney.
That's Ethan Maney.
Corridor. Dennis was the target. Fist came down there from Atkinson. Fijo dancing through. Gets on to Barry. Barry snaps towards goals. Gone through. He has. So it's party time here for Districts. Another goal on the ball.
Drills one in. It bounces back there like volleyball to Staunton. He again drives it in. And the big ruckman, he's gone forward after that contest. Perhaps a better strategy for him, or perhaps he's that good, you don't know what to do. But Matty Dennis from 30, right on the siren. Goal umpire does not move.
Too far out to score. Waratah now in attack. Over the back. Running off and into an open goal. And that's the first one of the game. And that was Brodie Carroll. He's terrific there by that time once again. Stubbs Talbot, been impressed with him. But Waratah pinched the ball, go forward and missed to the right. No, they got the goal. That. The opening goal.
Edward Morris got that one.
Wills kicks forward, goes there in the direction of Langdon. Kicks around his body and a goal. Guthrie. And Guthrie will get a free kick. No, but the advantage is paid. Forward they go. Can't take the mark. Langton kicks around his body. And I reckon he snapped it. I reckon he's got it.
Yep, that's his second.
And back there has been fantastic player Kobe Priest for Palmerston Magpies. The Magpies will... Watty has it. Kicks on goal. Marcus Watty, I reckon he's kicked it. He's kicked the impossible goal.
Yeah,
from the right forward pocket, the right footer. Still working out, looking for the free kick. Nothing on it. Good umpiring. Kirby once again gets it forward. One grab, two grabs, and on the third grab, geez, been good this McGreary. 50 there, so he's just crossing the paint of 50 now, so it's got to be a 45-metre kick. Right of centre, left of centre, the right footer, kicks on goal, and they like it down there. They like it for a reason, because it is a six-pointer. McGreary, his first for the game. Where's Magro? There's the man himself. Magro to kick on goal. Can kick these. Can kick these. And he's got that one. He's got that one. Everything they can to keep that ball in the forward line. Picked up Croker. Croker gets it. Here he is. Doesn't mind being locked up hard in the left forward pocket. Runs straight at the goals. Kicks on goal. And he's nailed it.
Oh, as you can see.
He has nailed it. That's his third for the term.
It's 5 for the match.
One more to square it up. Two more to win the goal kicking. Footy had to handball it away. Gets the back inside. Goes to Bowd. Bowd will kick. They'll kick another goal here.
Yep.
Not Magro this time. Brodie Carroll gets his second.
From here.
Yeah, well, he's right on 50. Now he's gone short.
Oh, and he's picked out Dunn. Is that? Oh, that's Rioli that's come down. With the breeze coming the way it is here at Gardens Oval. He sits it up and he followed the instructions to a T. So Braden Rioli gets the Bombers on the board first. Hooker. Oh. Probably a little bit too lackadaisical as Huppets gets it, goes at goal, guides it through for a six-pointer.
Yeah, it may be hot up here in Darwin, but Huppets is hot himself. A beautiful goal from an angle.
Off it, gets dragged, trying to get it away. Trigwell with the diver there, gives it over to Philo. Philo then picks out a teammate, and that's Rinaldi, who straight away points at goals. He's going to kick from 45 metres out. 45-degree angle. It's a beautiful-looking kick. Guide that through. Leaders who spills it once, has time to regather and get on that right. He sets it up into the square where Robinson is. Punched away from him. Moo at the front. Moo with it over the shoulder. All clear. Was there. High tackle. Advantage is paid. Not a great kick. Well, this could be danger, though. Stepping around is Cantilla. Right foot snap at goal. He's going to bounce that through. to Wiley. Handball again, and he's going to get done for holding the ball. Advantage play.
Yep.
Yeah, winds onto Philo, up to Bowen. Austral. Bowen just, in the end, 2 grabs, takes it easily, gives it off to his teammate, who just guides it through. Tipalora on the lead. Tipalora just plays on quickly. From 60 out, he just sends into the full forward, looking for Adam Tippenwoody. Showed a turn of pace just then. Adam Tippenwoody just sets it up at goal. Gee, it looks pretty good from here, mate. All clear from the goal umpire as well. You know what I mean?
Yes. Rain or shine.
That's right.
Here's a mark, you'd think.
Oh,
yes.
And it's Moody.
Once again, he's got out on his own. He's going to go for the hook this
Around
time.
the corner and seals it. One of the secondary tackles was high. Politis just kicks it long. Moo. Ryan Moo, the Roo.
Roo boy. Well, let's start calling him Roo boy.
Over to
Here's a goal.
Huppets. Huppets to Rinaldi. Rinaldi over the top to that man, Jay Moody.
His 3rd goal this quarter, Joe.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium in Darwin on this rainy Saturday afternoon for the 3rd quarter of the elimination final between Darwin Buffaloes and Nightcliff Tigers in the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League competition. Liz Cruz and Stu Davis here in the commentary box this afternoon, and the weather's played a bit of a part in this low-scoring game so far, Stu.
Yeah, it has, but only a couple of goals in. It means we've got a contest all the way through as Lucy Lewis gets the clearance for Darwin out into some space down towards half forward. The ball slips out the back, working back down there is Tegan McWilliam for Nightcliff, who's battled hard all day and again paddles it out, but Cameron does really well to pick up and hand pass back to Lewis. She's under pressure and terrific tackle once again by Tegan McWilliam.
Yeah, you called it, Stu. She's been great all day. There's not much of her, but she doesn't take a backward step. That kick didn't quite hit the target, and she mops it up, trying to get the handball again to Sophie Hatzamalis, but picked up there by Claire Weiss, as Lucy Lewis still on the ground after that tackle.
So there's a free kick being paid here for a high tackle. It's going Nightcliff's way, and it's Cassie McWilliam, and a 50-metre penalty. So here's a real opportunity for Nightcliff early in this 3rd quarter. We, of course, no score at all in the 2nd quarter, and a chance early here for Cassie McWilliam. She's the player on the mark. Mickey Roberts has been brought right back to about 25 metres out from goal, but it'll be a wet, heavy ball that she's kicking. As she comes in on the left now, the kick looks good. It's going all the way to the line, just falls short, and the Darwin players mop it up and clear out. And now Mickey Roberts at half-back has got Lucy Lewis, who's recovered from that tackle previously, running across, hand passes back to Roberts, who kept running, and now she goes long down the line, and Jojo Gregory takes the mark out there. So it's a pretty quick transition from Darwin as they get the ball back towards half forward. Bounces off hands. Fomikong in there, couldn't get her hands on it, but Landwehr again, terrific back there, gets the kick out wide, only as far as Roberts though, who thumps it back towards half forward, where Ebony Miller gets her hands to the ball and now paddles it in front of herself. Under pressure, had the jumper pulled there, and the umpire's seen that one, so Ebony Miller will go back and take the free kick.
She was fantastic in the second quarter for Buffs. Despite no goal being scored, she was a real presence for the Buffs. Kicking that in on the right, it's going to be chopped off there by Hatzamalis, but doesn't quite finish the mark. Gregory, the ball spilling out, but Hatzamalis grabs it. Now getting that kick away to the 50-metre line. Off hands to Frida Wassamo. She swings around on the right, looking for a teammate in Amara Cameron, but Hannah Turnbull from Nightcliff does the captain-like thing and punches that ball across the line.
Yeah, good forward entry, just out of the grasp of Cameron down there, and good defensive work once again by Turnbull, and we've got a stoppage with a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Darwin.
So 3 minutes into the third quarter here, and the rain's just eased off again for a couple more minutes. I'm sure it'll start again soon. It's going to be one of those days.
Yeah, certainly is. So over the back, picked up by Roberts, kicks down towards goal. Oh, Bianca Stokes just tried to get Turnbull out of the way, and Hannah Turnbull was strong enough to stay in the contest, and so the mark couldn't be taken, but it's rebounded through for a behind once again. Yeah,
very experienced player, Hannah, captain of the team for the past few seasons, and she's got herself super fit as well this season. Brings that out over the 50, really good penetrating kick, but mark unable to be taken. Ebony Miller picks it up and gets a handball away, and then follows up with a tackle. Ball hits the deck, and players are just trying to kick it along in front of them. McWilliam again, I think it is, Stu.
Yeah, it is. Just
sort of dragged down in that tackle, and Ebony Miller ends up taking it across the line. And it'll be a throw-in.
Yep, so between wing and half forward for Darwin on the outer side of the ground, just waiting for the ball to come in. The ruck's not getting too close to each other in their preparation here, as strong body work by Oldhouse, just got Simmons out of the way, and again, strong tackle. Just trying to break out, but couldn't get it out. And Oldhouse again in the ruck, takes the ball herself, and now thumps it forward, inside forward 50. It slips out the back. Stokes is going to be first there. She picks up, hand passes inboard, but Cameron at ground level just trying to hack it off the ground and get it forward towards goal. Stokes does the same thing now. The ball spills out, and working back there was Hatzamalis once again, and just forced it through for a rush behind. So similar to the first quarter, the Nightcliff defence under plenty of pressure early as the kick comes out, but two Nightcliff players got in each other's way a bit there, and Wassamo took advantage momentarily, but just paddled the ball towards the boundary line and got forced over by Gigi Dads, and another boundary throw in.
Just looking at the crowd on the screen, they're all sitting up the back to try and avoid the rain and getting wet. So lots of Nightcliff Tigers and lots of Buffaloes here today who have teams playing in other grades. Fomikong in the ruck, but it goes over the top to Amara Cameron. She gets the kick away. Bianca Stokes bringing the Nightcliff player to ground there. Bit of a wrestle on for the ball, and it'll be another ball up.
Yes, amazingly, in the men's and women's league, the elimination final and qualifying finals are the same two clubs. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
All the games lining up.
Yep.
Amara Cameron just trying to bust through there, but she's going to be paid holding the ball. So more great defence there by the Nightcliff Tigers.
Janita Robertson with that tackle, and now she kicks grandstand side. Nightcliff players get in each other's way as Ward came in strongly, and quick kick forward's taken by Hazlitt there. She back pedals and then gets a kick forward that was cleverly done, as again it's brought to ground, and Hatzamalis picks up and clears away for Nightcliff out towards the grandstand wing here. Ward rather picks up and kicks long forward, but well read and chopped off by Yana Ransom for Darwin. She goes straight up the middle of the ground looking for Gregory there, couldn't find her, as again there's plenty of Nightcliff players. It's going to be holding the ball call here though, and Jojo Gregory will take the free kick at half forward. Looks to move it on quickly, just slid off the side of her boot a bit, but ended up going to the advantage of Fomikong down there. She tries to hack it out, and now she gets swamped by Nightcliff players, and it'll be a ball up once again just at about centre half forward for Darwin.
So 7 minutes have ticked over in this third quarter. Just the 2 points recorded so far for Darwin Buffaloes. Molly Althouse going in there against 3 Nightcliff Tigers players. Gets the handball out, but it is Tigers that pick it up and get a small kick away. And there's a foot race on for that ball. Buffaloes bringing it back inside their 50, looking for Fomacong. She picks it up, chucks it on the boot, looking for Bianca Stokes, but it's just going to go over the top of her. Still in, right on the boundary line, and
it just bounced
off the boot of Stokes, but not on the full.
No, just dribbled over the line as the boundary umpire's trying to get his whistle to work properly down there, I think, and all good now. And so boundary throw in, and Darwin still have the ball camped deep in their forward half. As the throw comes in now. Fomacong in front, tried to just grab it out of the ruck contest there. It slipped out now. Mara Cameron comes in and almost looks like a rugby scrum down there as she's held with the ball.
She's looking dangerous though, Cameron. If she can just get the ball to boot, she's got such a penetrating kick, she'll kick it over the top for a goal.
Freya Pearce up high in the ruck contest brought it down, and now Fomacong was being held by the jumper there, and it was pretty plain to see, and she'll go back and take the free kick. Just a bit overzealous, the Nightcliff defenders, as they're under pressure, as we said, and Stephanie Fomacong just settles things down now, and she'll be kicking from about 30 metres out. So Fomacong kicks. This one's going right to the goal line. It's going over, I think, and all the way through, and her teammates come around to celebrate with her, and it's been a while between drinks, but Fomacong breaks the ice and gets another goal on the board for Darwin.
Yeah, she sure does. Just watching the replay there, push in the back, and the umpire saw it. So a free kick right in front of goal is always a coach killer when you're on the other team. Fomacong, she won the Coaches Award for her team at the Darwin Buffaloes presentation last Saturday night, Stu. So it goes to show how highly respected she is by her coach, Mel Taylor. So the score now, Darwin Buffaloes 3-4-22, leading Nightcliff just the one behind, and we're 9.5 minutes into this third quarter here at TIO Stadium.
So from the restart, Freya Pearce up against Olivia Hatzer-Smala. She caught one in the shoulder, I think, but play on is the call as the ball gets down to Nightcliff's half-forward line. Oh, a loose hand pass there gives Nightcliff the opportunity for Hannah Garland, but the ball slipped out of her grasp, and Darwin bring it away again out here where Kylie Duggan just wheels around backwards to bring her teammates into the game, and the kick comes forward to the wing now at ground level. Another strong tackle by Cameron as the ball's caught in underneath Matisse Hunter, and it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, Cameron showing no signs of that ankle injury from the second quarter, which is good for Buffs. Ruck tap goes down, and it's picked up by Landwehr, who gets the handball out. They're looking for Michaela Ward, and she's paid the mark about 80 metres out from the Nightcliff goal.
Got some players out wide here. Decided to go a bit further inboard, but now she's got running players, and Nightcliff through the hands. Just the ball slips out of the grasp there of Hannah Garland, and eventually there's a free kick paid, and it'll be Darwin to tidy up. Just a bit of push and shove going on as players getting a little bit frustrated. Can see how the conditions are affecting the play there with that kick as it just skids along the ground towards half back, and the players pick themselves up once again, and another ball up, and it's Kat Simmons coming in to do the ruck work against Freya Pearce. Simmons this time gets her hand to the ball, but not much purchase on it as the ball slips to the ground and just hacked out of defence out towards the boundary line. Ward's going to be first there for Nightcliff. She'll be under pressure from Cameron, who comes in and forces the ball over the boundary line for another throw in.
She's working hard today, Wardy, for her Tigers, and using her experience to really try and lift her teammates around her.
Yeah, we often see her deep forward, don't we? But she's been up the ground a lot more today, which is a pretty good idea in these conditions. Get her involved in the contest as Althouse takes that out of the ruck contest and breaks free and kicks forward through the hands there of Cameron, but she races after it to put some pressure on Hatzismalis, and then Gregory comes in to help with Matisse Hunter, and the ball's pushed over the boundary line for another throw in.
12-minute mark of the third quarter, so time ticking away.
So in the rock contest, Simmons just uses her body to block Pearce out. Kylie Duggan looked to be grabbed as she tried to run forward and force the ball forward. Play on it is, and again, a ball up. And plenty of players around this stoppage as try to get it out. Simmons over the top, wins the hit out, but it's going to be Wassamo at ground level. Hand passes backwards here, and a sweeping hand pass forward finds Duggan, who gets it inboard to Wassamo. Wassamo kicks close to the boundary line. Cameron might have just got a touch on that one. She did, so it'll be a boundary throw in.
So Buffaloes again looking to get it inside their forward 50. They're not far off that 50-metre line. Looks like who's going up in the ruck there? Kat Simmons for Nightcliff.
Yep, and Freya Pearce.
Freya Pearce. Freya's the niece of Sean Pearce, the former Buffaloes president, long-time president, and Freya's from Bendigo in Victoria, where she plays for Eaglehawk in the Bendigo League. Very strong football league down there.
So Miller doing the ruck work this time, taps it forward, the ball spills out to Wassamo, who picks up now, just gets a quick kick forward, and again there's a free kick being paid. It's going Nightcliff's way in defence, and that's Taylor Kickett, who chooses to go on the left, but Wassamo swooping there, gets a kick that's half smothered, and Nightcliff bring it away again down to the wing. Strong work by Hazlitt there, gets a hand pass across to Roberts. Roberts kicks long inside forward 50, streaming out of defence. Down there was Hunter, gets the hand pass forward, but Cameron
going backwards.
About 30 metres backwards to try to find her teammate Hazlitt here, and she's play on, gets the hand pass out to Wassamo, who's been busy once again, and kicks around the boundary line and tried to chop that one off in defence.
Yeah, very hard to mark a wet, slippery ball, heavy ball, isn't it, Stu, in conditions like today, and especially when you've been out there slogging away for 3 quarters. So both teams doing really well to keep the skill level up. Eb Miller now up in the ruck against Kat Simmons.
So again, it's a scrum over the ball, and it won't be a ball up because a player
Wardy
out of zone umpire has paid the free kick.
Yeah, Michaela Ward again. She's covering a lot of ground today. Goes straight down the wing, hugging the boundary line. Ball comes off the pack and is kicked away by Hannah Garland for the Nightcliff Tigers.
So clear space out the back as Lucy Lewis comes across, picks up, hacks the ball forward again. Roberts picks up cleanly, gets it to Hazlitt, whose kick goes straight into the face of an opponent there, but Hazlitt back over it again, gets it back to the other Hazlitt as the ball at ground level is they're trying to work it out. Nikki gets a hand pass out now, picked up nicely down here by Georgia Johnson, who gets a quick kick forward, but this one's going to be chopped off by Fomikong just in front of the interchange gates here. She's got players running in the middle of the ground. It goes that way eventually as Ebony Miller comes in, gets a beautiful hand pass into Kasakala, but she runs straight into trouble, gets wrapped up in the tackle, and Michaela Ward will take that free kick at half-back for Nightcliff.
Another touch there for Michaela Ward. I'm just writing her name down in the best for Tigers so far today, Stu, because she's been a real contributor for her team. That kick looking for a teammate, hugging the boundary line again, but great pressure there by Hazlitt from the Buffaloes in the helmet, and the ball goes over the line right on the Nightcliff Tigers interchange bench. So 16 minutes have ticked over in this third quarter. Darwin Buffaloes 3-4-22, still leading Nightcliff, just that one behind.
Yeah, can't be long to go in this third quarter as we wait for the boundary throw in here, and Simmons and Miller do battle in the ruck as the ball slips out now. Dad's in there, tried to pick it up, but got tackled off the ball. Landwehr almost tackled without it there, and still battling for it at ground level with Amara Cameron. And it's a hot contest around the ball, that's for sure.
It is, and there is the siren to indicate three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium in Darwin. It is Darwin Buffaloes 3-4-22 leading Nightcliff Tigers, just the one behind in this Women's Premier League elimination final. We'll go to the three-quarter time break and be back very soon for the final quarter.
To the left of your radio they go.
Wow, what a goal to start the game.
Beautiful. Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip-sorter. From the pocket, and he's kicked an absolute
Welcome back for the final quarter of this elimination final between Darwin Buffaloes and Nightcliff Tigers in the 2022-23 TIO NTFL Women's Premier League competition. It's been all Darwin Buffaloes on the scoreboard today, 3-4-22 to Nightcliff, just the one behind Stu, but pretty tough conditions out there in a pretty soggy old day here in Darwin.
Yeah, tough conditions and a really tough contest, and Nightcliff have thrown everything at it. Just Darwin have just had a little bit more polish going forward and a few more opportunities as well. So see what Nightcliff can come up with in this last quarter as they win the first clearance down to half forward, and Ward down there gets a kick forward, but well chopped off by Hazlitt across half back. She kicks it straight back down the middle of the ground. Ebony Miller gets her hand to the ball, bats it forward, and then recovers and gets the kick out wide. Gregory hand passes out to Roberts, who tries to wheel around on her left foot, gets caught and has to hand pass out. Coming in there for Nightcliff was Johnson as she gets pushed in the back and will get up and take the free kick. Georgia Johnson on the outer side of the ground, looking to move the ball quickly, but just straight into hands there of Ransom, and players thought there was a whistle, but there wasn't. But play on's the call, and the kick comes in. It's chopped off across half back.
Landwehr, she's been exceptional today for her team, really tried really hard, and a great mark there by her teammate out on the wing.
So Nightcliff get it down to the forward 50 where Oldhouse picks it up. She gets breaks the tackle and gets the hand pass out, and now the clearing kick comes back into towards the centre square. Play on as the ball spills out here and picked up, and Hunter kicks towards half forward, but well read by Nikki and chopped off, and now she's looking to move it grandstand side and looking for running players here as Cameron comes in from behind. In front, that's a good effort by Matisse Hunter, but eventually got caught with the ball, and Frida Wassamo will take the free kick, and Frida's been pretty good today.
She has, yeah, I've got her name written down and into the safe hands of Elise Nicky. I don't think I've ever seen her drop a mark. She's got beautiful, beautiful skills. Great rugby player as well. Gives the ball back to Wassamo. She's going to kick it down at the grandstand wing, looking for Amara Cameron there, but she's going to give the free kick away.
Just push Monet Hunter out, and Hunter taking the free kick for Nightcliff. She's got a teammate short, that's Landwehr, and the pass is good now. Landwehr tries to run around the boundary line, and she was called to play on, and Wassamo, great effort to smother the kick, and eventually it goes over the boundary line for another boundary throw in directly in front of us here.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes into this final quarter. The goal kickers so far, Lucy Lewis, Bianca Stokes and Stephanie Fomacong from the Darwin Buffs. 2 in the first quarter and 1 in the third quarter.
So from the restart, Oldhouse just takes that mark, barrels through her opponent, and then gets the hand pass out. There's a free kick being paid here for holding. That's going to Ebony Miller, who's just about the best player on the ground, I would have thought, as she now kicks along forward, and ball slips over the back, and working back there, Nightcliff with some numbers, but again a strong tackle this time by Cameron as it spills out to Gregory. Gregory picks up and kicks inside forward 50. It bounces to the advantage of Brown, but just had to paddle it as Taylor Kickett swings the ball out from that half back line out towards the outer side of the ground. Mickey Roberts is going to be first there, and both players go to ground, but Roberts recovers first. Dads comes in now and then gets caught with the ball as Roberts tackles, and Hazlitt helps out and passes further afield to Crystal Brown, who's found some space at half forward. She kicks around the boundary line looking for Schmidt down there, but she just got pushed off the ball but recovered well to lay the tackle, and Freya Pearce comes in to assist, and the ball gets caught up underneath and will be a ball up. So Pearce puts her hand up to do the ruck work here, and Kat Simmons comes in late, and the ball inside forward 50 for Darwin as the ball just hits the ground. No advantage from that ruck contest, and Cameron just too strong there. Picks up and wheels around towards goal, the ball bouncing, and Hannah Turnbull in front gets her hands to it under pressure from Stokes and sees it over the boundary line for another boundary throw in right next to the behind post in Darwin's attacking area.
Yeah, dangerous for Nightcliff here. Buffalo's looking for their 4th goal. The ball goes over the top of both of the rucks. Simmons just hitting it out of the hands of Amara Cameron. Nicole Schmidt there with the big tackle on the Nightcliff player. That's Claire Weiss again, so another ball up.
Yeah, so this stoppage play will suit Darwin as they hold that lead at the moment. Pearce gets on the end of this one, just toe pokes it forward now. Ebony Miller trying to kick it off the ground towards goal, but just off to the right and through 4 behind as the skies open again and the rain tumbles down. And now it's Turnbull bringing the ball back in for Nightcliff. Grandstand side of the ground, the kick's good and marked out here by Hunter for Nightcliff. She's calling for players to lead towards her, but in the end kicks out wide looking for Landwehr, but Kylie Duggan picked it up. Her hand pass was chopped off by Ward, who does well to get a kick around the wing and down in front of the grandstand here. Coming in there was Greenoff under pressure, tried to get the hand pass out, and now Lucy Lewis lays a tackle and Georgia Johnson was the other player involved, and it'll be a ball up once again as Nikki doing the ruck work against Simmons this time. Simmons gets her hand to the ball. Johnson just gets pushed out of the way. Almost a throw there. Play on's the call as Lucy Lewis gets the kick down towards half forward. Freya Pearce across the back just loses her footing in the slippery conditions, and now the chance for Nightcliff to hack it out of there as the ball just gets past a couple of players. Kylie Duggan works back but couldn't pick it up cleanly, and now the kick forward just couldn't be held at ankle level there by Georgia Kennedy and is forced over the boundary line for another throw in.
Freya Pearce, I think she got her hand stood on in that contest, got up looking pretty sore and still shaking it off, but going up in the ruck, Ebony Miller again for Buffalo's front position, looking for Molly Althouse, who just spins around and kicks it over the top of everyone, including herself. Runners are on here with Gigi Dadds winning front first spot to the ball. Kylie Duggan flies for Buffalo's, but Nightcliff take it away, and they're going to get a kick away down the wing here, looking for DJ Greenoff.
Just pushes her opponent under the ball and now works back onto it at ground level, gets the hand pass out the back. It's a scramble for the ball down there as Greenoff gets her hands to it as it slips out, but still trying to paddle it forward. Eventually Nikki picks it up and gets a quick kick forward for Darwin, but again Dad's just the ball slipping out of her hands and puts herself under pressure. Wasame tries to pick up, she gets pushed over, and Ward comes in now for Nightcliff and strongly picks up and kicks forward, inside forward 50, and Nightcliff trying to work it through the hands. A quick kick forward by Garland slips off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, out of bounds on the full. So Nikki will take that kick in right in front of the family-friendly area, as we call it here at TIO Stadium. Centering that kick, looking for Ebony Miller, who pushes off her opponent. Doesn't take the mark, but manages to pick it up and just get that kick away. Looking for, I think it's Jojo Gregory in the middle there.
It is. She was under plenty of pressure from Sophie Politis, and now helped by Hazlitt, who hand passes inboard looking for Miller. Miller wheels around and picks the ball up, hand passes forward, but it's chopped off by Kennedy, whose kick was smothered. Again, it's difficult to get a clean possession out of the pack, and a couple of players go to ground. Wassamo looks a bit sore and sorry in there as Nightcliff trying to get it forward, and Kennedy gets the kick inside forward 50. The mark spilt down there, but play on's a call as just bounced off of Caruana's face almost, and now Cassie McWilliam picks up, kicks inside forward 50, the ball bouncing down. Nikki comes across, gets her hand to it, and just trying to paddle it into the path of Michaela Ward down there, but just goes through for a behind for Nightcliff, and Nikki chips out wide close to the boundary line, and the mark taken down here by Tashara Davin. She goes around the outer side of the ground, and at ground level it's picked up by Hazlitt, an arm over the shoulder there, and Carly Hazlitt will take the free kick.
Yeah, Landwehr's just busted her gut all day today. I don't think it was an intentional high tackle, but in the final quarter, when the body's tired, those things happen. So a free kick there, but it's gone straight to Nightcliff, and it's been chopped off there by, I think it is Gigi Dadds. I can't see the number on the back. Getting inside their 50, Michaela Ward front position, but just spoiled at the last minute.
Awkward fall there. Carly Hazlitt
getting up.
Did the splits almost going to ground there, but she looks okay. And now
Molly.
Old House strong in the ruck as usual. Wins it and clears out wide. Gregory gets tackled with the ball out there. Katie Hazlitt comes in to help now and gets a hand pass forward as Pearce at ground level just struggling to pick it up under pressure, and Hazlitt comes in, ball slips off her boot, and Politis gets a kick forward for Nightcliff, nicely trapped and hand passed across, and now they're inside forward 50, and Ward comes out at centre half forward and takes the mark out in front, and just calling for players to run. She's got a pass on here as just slips through the hands, but another opportunity for McWilliams. She picks up, gets a kick, it's smothered there. A strong body contest as Darwin tried to clear away again. Ward picks up, gets a kick forward as she's hit, and now a kick towards goal by Robertson, but just was sliding offline, and I think has just gone through for a behind rush through.
Yeah, so a 3rd point on the board for Nightcliff Tigers. Trying really hard, the endeavours there, but they just haven't quite been able to get that goal today. Nikki bringing it out right on the 50-metre line. Front position there by Nightcliff. Fantastic mark there by Georgia Johnson.
So Johnson wastes no time, gets it in. Now the ball spills out as an opportunity, but it's Cameron back there with the toe poke, gets it forward for Darwin. Cameron again at ground level, scrambling for the ball, drags it back in, gets caught with the ball here, but umpire says that'll be a ball up once again.
Cameron's been so strong for Buffaloes this season and been another contributor today. She's got that West Coast Eagles experience, as we see the ruck go up uncontested by Olivia Hatzamalis. Molly Althouse trying to burst her way through. There's been a free kick paid to Olivia Hatzamalis.
Yeah, just caught with the ball there and it slipped out, so Olivia will come back and take the free kick. You'll see as the ball comes in, there's a pack of players in the goal square as the kick goes long towards the line and just drifted to the right, and another behind for Nightcliff, and they've had the ball in their forward half this quarter. They're winning the quarter on the scoreboard, but still unable to score goals, unfortunately for them, as Ransom brings the ball back into play for Darwin to the outer side of the ground. Lewis hand passes to Roberts, and Roberts has a free player forward now, and that was Denya, who spilt the mark but recovered well enough to kick forward, but chopped off by Turnbull right up the ground. Kicks down on the ball, slides into Ward's face there as now slips out into space, but again strong tackling, gang tackling there from the Darwin players. That'll be a ball up once again. Yeah,
that would have stung Wardy then. She was such a great intercept by Hannah Turnbull, and to get that ball in, but the old wet football to the face stings. Kat Simmons winning that ruck tap, looking for Wardy again. She's held off the ball but manages to get a boot off the ground, and another boot off the ground by Nightcliff. DJ Greenoff runs out and picks it up, turns around, throws it on the boot, and she's kicked Nightcliff's first goal of the game here at the 13-minute mark of the final quarter. Well done, DJ.
A good reward for Nightcliff. They've dominated field position in the last 5 or 10 minutes in this game, and they've given themselves half a chance, although I think the clock might beat them, but they certainly haven't stopped giving in, and that's a terrific finish from Greenoff.
Yeah, she's just a youngster. She's only 17 years old. She goes to boarding school down in Adelaide, and she also does a bit of modelling part-time, where she models for Country Road and a couple of other things. So she's got a bright future. Also plays a high standard of netball, so she's got a few options to choose from. Hopefully she's doing her schoolwork well too, Stu. But her family are stalwarts of the Nightcliff Tigers Footy Club, and she's come through the junior ranks over the past few years.
So the restart in the centre of the ground. Fomicon comes in, the ball at knee level. Pearce picks up, tries to hand pass out to Althouse, who hacks the ball off the ground, and now it comes back again, and McWilliam uses her body well to get rid of her opponent, and then just the ball slips out of her hands, but kicks it off the ground forward, and Nightcliff got it at half forward again desperate to get it out as Nikki battles in there and makes sure that it's a stalemate and a ball up. And Nightcliff inside their forward 50, looking to get the ball out into the hands of one of their free players as Simmons wins that hit out down to Cassie McWilliam again. The ball slips out of her hands and
free kick.
Held in the tackle. She'll take the free kick. She knows she has to move the ball quickly. She does that now. Kicks inside. The mark's spilt there by Nikki, who never spills a mark. And Ward at ground level gets the hand pass out. So the pressure starting to tell as Nightcliff look to be coming here, but will they have enough time as the ball up happens? No one goes for the ruck contest, and there's a holding free kick. It's going to go Nightcliff's way once
right
again.
In front of goal. Bit of confusion there, I think, with Buffs, who was going up in the ruck. So a real opportunity here for Nightcliff, and they'd want to get it moving pretty quick.
It's Cassie McWilliam, is it? Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it is, yep. So she lines up for a goal from directly in front. Kicks on the way now. It looks good. It's gone straight through the middle, and teammates come running and they celebrate. But need to get the ball back to the centre and try to force it forward again. The margin closes to 7 points late in this game, in this elimination final.
Yeah, just Molly Althouse, you can see the frustration there that they mucked up the ruck, but the score now, Darwin Buffaloes 3-5-23, Nightcliff 2-4-16, as Stu said, 7 points the difference. 16-minute mark of the final quarter, so there won't be too much time left. They'll need to get a quick goal and another goal to win. Right. 2 goals.
A couple of scores at least.
1 + 1.
Yeah.
Maths was never my strong point. So, play to a restart.
Simmons and Althouse. Althouse takes it out of the ruck herself, gets a quick kick forward. Fomikong there just gets overtaken in the run for the ball by Hatsis Marlis, and another strong contest. Ball slips out the back now, and now out into some space. Nightcliff with the opportunity, but looks like the Darwin players are going to get there first as Gregory comes in, hand passes back into space, looking for Nikki, misses her, and a strong body contest again as the ball's caught in underneath, and the siren goes to end the game. So it was an exciting finish. Nightcliff were coming, but just ran out of time. Couldn't get those goals on the board early to really give themselves a shot at it. But full marks to them for the way that they battled the game out. And Darwin, of course, stay alive, go on into next week.
That's it, Stu. The final score, Darwin Buffaloes 3-5-23, defeating Nightcliff Tigers 2-4-16 here at TIO Stadium. It's goodbye to Nightcliff Tigers for this season, as we see Sophie Hatzamalis down still from that heavy hit late in the last quarter. Hopefully she's okay. And it's Darwin Buffaloes who live to fight another day. Goal kickers today, Lucy Lewis, Bianca Stokes and Stephanie Fomikong for Buffs, while for Nightcliff Tigers, it was Cassie McWilliams and DJ Greenoff, both in the final quarter. Stu, some of your best players today?
Look for Darwin. Lucy Lewis was busy all day. I think both the Hazlitt girls were strong in defence. Obviously Molly Althouse and Ebony Miller was just about best on the ground for me, and I mustn't forget, of course, Frida Wassamo, who was very busy all day. Yeah,
fantastic. So it's been a pleasure to host you today. My name's Liz Cruz, joined by Stu Davis. Stay tuned as the TIO NTFL Women's Premier League will commence shortly between St Mary's and Waratah, live from right here at TIO Stadium in the Women's Premier League qualifying final.